All right, perfect. Okay, not really a good angle, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to hopefully a lot of this isn't repetitive, but I feel like we'll go over the stuff anyway so that it's on record, and that way, you know, if anybody who hasn't been able to get on, because there's a couple girls who just haven't responded to any of my messages as far as you know, getting on the group at all. So we'll have it just in case they do decide to, or if anybody signs any distributors, then we'll have it so that we can send it to them. Excuse me. I need to grab one of these like 5-year-old waters off my desk. Okay, so hopefully everybody has what was needed tonight, and that was the 10-person gift list. And it's basically just 10 people that you think, or that you know, I guess, benefit from this business. And one of the things, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but you know, whenever we did the shoddy Zoom in my parking lot at the event center, but it's not to prejudge. I don't know if anybody on here was at conference this year, but they talk about assuming the sale and stuff like that. So whenever it comes to the business side of it, I try to, like I said last night, I know I said this part was, I know that there's every single person that I meet, there is an aspect of this business that they could use. So, you know, it might not necessarily be that somebody needs, you know, help financially or whatever. Sometimes it's strictly emotionally. I've got distributors who have signed up with me just because they want to have fun, just because they need that outlet and people to connect with. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's a girl who I had met, and I can't even remember what post it was that got like connected us. I want to say it was it might have even been a political post, actually, because we are Chris and I never post our political beliefs. But sometimes, like if we know somebody or whatever, and they might post something, we might message them like, you know, that was a money post, whatever. And so I think that this was a political post, and this was just one girl who I had randomly added on Facebook because I try to do 10 to 15 people a day, and I'm going to talk to you guys about in depth about that. But this was somebody that I had just added, and I had sent her a private message. I was like, that is the funniest meme like ever. I loved it. And she wrote back and she put LOL, and I had sent her a meme, and ever since, like, we just started talking. And I didn't really know too much about her because her Facebook was very shy, very limited to, you know, just a few things. I did know that she was prior military, and I knew that she had a kid. I just didn't know, like I said, too much. But, you know, this is somebody who's now that I've become really good friends with, you know, find out that she suffers extremely bad PTSD from being deployed, and anxiety and depression and all kinds of stuff. So it's just been, this business has been absolutely phenomenal for her in that aspect. She's got a group of people who just absolutely adore her, love her. She feels like she has sisters, and that's huge for her. Not only that, but she's actually got an amazing husband. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Who's very supportive of her, and he is just in love with the products too. So again, it's not always necessarily about the financial side. So keep that in mind when you are going through, you know, maybe your hundreds list or your Facebook, and you're trying to think of who could benefit. One of the things that I kind of wanted to branch off of when adding people, again, like I said, I try to add anywhere from 10 to 15 a day. Sometimes I do more because you do want to be careful. You don't want to go to Facebook jail. But I know that there's times where new distributors will be like, well, what do you say? Or, you know, what if somebody messages you back? Guys, I have people message me back all the time, and they are literally like, do I know you? And this is exactly what I say to them. And it's funny because I have team members that have joined from that, and they'll be like, that's what you did. I'm like, yeah, that was what I did. But okay, so let's say, for example, the girl's name is Sarah Thomas. I will add the girl, and she'll message me and she'll be like, do I know you? And I'll be like, yeah, are you Sarah Thomas from Westview Elementary? And they'll be like, no. And I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm looking for this friend that I went to elementary school with. And like, then I feel so bad because I'm like, God, you're not supposed to lie, Lacey. But it is literally like very harmless. Nothing wrong with that. So those are just some of the things that I use to get myself into a conversation. You'll have people who are like, nope, not me, weirdo, delete, and they don't ever talk to me again, and that's fine. But, there is that chance that they might still follow you, or they might, accept your friend request anyways because you're loopy in the conversation. So that's why I always try to be super fun whenever I am talking to people. And sometimes I'll throw in that conversation. I'll be like, I couldn't really tell because, maybe the person had sunglasses on or something like that. But you never know. You see people go on freaking Maury 10 years later and they look like a different flipping person. And so again, I've got this person like laughing and kind of like, oh, this girl's so funny, whatever. So I'll friend her anyways. So those are usually like my ends as far as how I'm adding people. Messaging people 5 to 10 people daily. And then it says to invite to a party or ask for a one-on-one. For me, it's not, like I said last night, I'm not really a big party person, but I will turn anything into a party. Last night when did I do that? I did a Tupperware party Friday and literally turned it into a wrap party. So I ended up wrapping the Tupperware girl and then the other girls that were there. So it was super fun. How that kind of worked out. But whenever I'm asking people about doing a one-on-one, I don't just message somebody and say, hey, I'm trying to set up a one-on-one appointment. That's going to sound intimidating. That's going to make a person feel like, whoa, this chick wants me to order something. So don't necessarily do it like that. Maybe you've got a friend who has a kid that's around the same age as yours. You could simply message that person and be like, hey dude, I was wondering if we could get the kids together for a play date. And literally find your way into it. Once you guys are together, find your way into that conversation. Now there is going to be people who have expressed interest in the business. Those are your potentials. And those are the type of people that you want to message and you have to let them sense your urgency. So for me, it's basically like I give them a tit for tat, or like, hey girl, I just want to let you know that like my team is freaking blowing up right now. I've got 2 appointments. One's Friday and one's Saturday. Which one do you want so that we can like get you rocking? Now again, that doesn't always mean that person's going to pick Friday or they're going to pick Saturday. But I guess I just know this stuff from sales is if you give somebody the option to do one or the other, they don't have no already in their head. They're thinking one or the other. Now they still can say no, but whatever. Another thing is whenever you are like, whenever I'm closing a deal on a potential, you want to remember that same exact aspect. You don't want to, like whenever I'm saying, there's 3 ways that you can get your hands on our products. You can pay retail, which is what the crazy people do. You can be a loyal customer, which is absolutely awesome. Or the best choice is to become a distributor. And the only difference between a loyal customer and a distributor is you either make money with me or you let me make money off of you. And I always tell people I'm completely okay with both, but I'd rather fatten both of our wallets than just mine. Again, either way, I'm good. And I actually am glad I brought that up because I was just going to tell you guys about this. So last night we had the vendor event at the event center, and there was a LuLaRoe rep there, and she was in there talking to me about the leggings. And I said, hey, I was going to ask you, how much do you guys pay for leggings? Do you get a discount? And she said, yeah, we pay consultant price. And I said, okay, I was just wondering. I said, because I know you sell them for $25. I was wondering, like, do you guys have wiggle room or how does that work? It's the exact same as, most other companies like Avon, Mary Kay. So with companies like that, they basically commission off of what they're upping their price. So for example, if they buy a pair of leggings for $10, they sell them for 20, whatever. So, and that's how a lot of companies work. And that right there, and I said this to her last night, and I could tell that something went off in her head, but I said, that was the hardest part for me when I did Mary Kay was, and not that I'm judging anybody else for doing it, because hey, to each their own, but I'm the type of person, when I go into a grocery store or to a store, I'm going to hit the back rack. I want the rack that has the red tags on it. I want the clearance. I want the whatever. So I'm always trying to get the best bang for my buck. I'm always trying to get the best deal. So for me, it was hard to know I bought this tube of lipstick for $5 and I'm going to sell it to you for 10, because I'm the type of person that's like, dude, you paid $5 for it. I want to pay $5 for it. So that's what I absolutely love about It Works. And I tell people that when I'm talking to them about being a distributor. I love being able to have that rapport with my client. Dude, look, I'll sell you a thing of defining gel, but you got to pay it. It's literally, we're paying the same price. Now, probably the next question that you would get with that is, okay, well, how do you make your money? Guys, we're from a debt-free company, and so that's exactly how we're able to have these ridiculously low prices. Not to mention, we don't do any advertising. Us distributors are the company's advertising. And I'm going to tell you right now, holy crap. Like when I was doing just these like little simple shopper coupon things, it was $1,500 for a month. So just think of how much It Works saves by allowing us distributors to be their advertisement. And because of that, we have the better payout, we have the better compensation plan, and so forth. So that's one of the things that I talk to people about whenever I'm doing, you know, one-on-ones, whatever. Again, I like to make people feel crazy if they don't join me. A little bit more going in depth about how I message people. And I know there was somebody in that group that had asked specifically, but I'm kind of going to just show you, for example, off the top of my head. Okay, so I'm going to open up Facebook right now. This is completely unplanned. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right to my newsfeed. And of course, it's my own crap. Hang on. So I got to scroll for a second and find something. Okay, so the first non-distributor person. Hold on. We got lots of distributors on my page. This is why I try not to follow a lot of distributors so that I don't have that. And it's like doing this little scrolly circle thing because my internet absolutely sucks. Okay, so here's a girl who isn't a distributor. She basically said, I went to the neurologist today, had to take the baby with me. Once the doctor comes in, he says, go to my son. And while doing the exam, he was playing with the model brains, blah, blah, blah. So I would have to read the whole thing, but it's like freaking this long. So I'm not going to read it. But let's say, for example, if I were to just assume the conversation, she was talking about how he was playing with the little skull and it, you know, fell and everybody in the room started laughing. Instead of commenting on it, I would private message her and I would be like, dude, I just read your Facebook status and seriously, I shot water out my nose, or, you know, something about how it was funny or whatever, just because rather than commenting on it, it's going to be more personal and she might not feel intimidated when I'm actually having that conversation. Another, okay, a girl right here, no filter, no makeup. So for me, I would message that girl and I would be like, I just saw your no makeup, no filter post. You look absolutely radiant. And it's just anything like that. It doesn't have to be like, hey girl, I just saw your no makeup post. Hey, have you ever tried It Works? Because that's tacky and people are gonna be like, whoa, what is she talking about? Now, with that being said, there will be times where, let's see, I don't even know if I'll be able to find one. Because, okay, so here's a guy right here and he just posted a huge taco salad, which makes me absolutely freaking starving. That could be somebody that I could message and be like, dude, I was just looking at your taco salad post. Holy freaking fat fighters. And that would be all I would say, because he could either write back, maybe he's watched my post and he's be like, what are fat fighters? Or he could be like, laugh out loud, whatever. But that's a seed that I've then planted. I don't have to go into, you know, depth about whatever. So those are just ways that I try to get my messaging out. Now, there can be times where you just Let's say, for example, I make a post about the wraps of before and after, and somebody likes it. Those are people that I immediately put on my hundreds list. And I write down, I have a little book, I don't even know where it is. I have a book where it has their name and then it has the date, and then I write down what product they showed interest in and whether they liked it or they commented. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll message that person and I'll just be like, dude, I see you creeping on my page, liking my wrap before and after, you know, and put like a wink. It doesn't have to be anything like, hey, I saw that you liked my post. Are you interested? Keep it fun. Keep it simple so that they're just, you know, whenever I do something like that, I'll be like, I see you creeping on my page. I know you want in on this mess. Sometimes it's just something fun like that. And again, they might not write you. They might not respond to you, and that's fine, but still keep having fun with them. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to, because I feel like that pretty much covers like how I message. Again, we talked last night about the product pamphlet, one of my favorite ways, and I think Elizabeth posted the video in the chat about how I like to take each product and try to think of 3 people that I feel could be benefit from those products. There are, you know, items in my product catalog that don't have any names next to them. For example, the omega-3. Never sold a bottle in my life. 4 years. Nope. Never sold it. I just don't even like, I really just feel like Greens is the bomb.com. So I'm not even like a push or whatever. I probably should do that more. The energy like is one of my favorite Target things, because think about how many people post about Red Bulls or Monsters or Rockstar. I don't even know what all the names are because I've actually never had one in my whole entire life. But those are my favorite ones. I'll be like, dude, you drinking the wrong stuff. And then I'll send them a picture of like me with the energy or something like that. Again, end it with a wink so that they kind of, you know, whatever. So that's the way I usually build my hundreds list. And then again, also those things that I was talking about as far as when I'm on Facebook and I see somebody make a post about something. So that's pretty much it as far as the list, except for the host an in-person party, which again, guys, just because it says host in-person party, it doesn't mean that it has to be a, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. It can literally be just one person. And if you guys do that during this week, if you do it after a week, that's fine too. I'll just probably be shot out crazy busy with another group next week. But if you guys do book that this week before Monday, seriously, feel free to have me on FaceTime, have me on Zoom, because it's totally cool if you guys want to hear and see how I talk to people. I try to do this for my team every once in a while, like when I actually think of it, because I'm so scatterbrained. But I try to go live or record when I'm actually out and about and talking to people. Drive-throughs are my absolute favorite. Whenever I'm going through a drive-through, I like to hand somebody my Blitz cards and ask them if they're ready to make real money. Sometimes you get the look like, what? I'll be like, I know you make less than like $12 an hour. So here's my card. Give me a call sometime. So sometimes it takes that bold and ballsy thing. So I'm going to let you guys unmute yourselves so that if you want to ask me any questions, you can, because that's just how I roll. And I'm going to see what this chick's saying. Sorry, this lady's asked me about my birthday party balance.
Hey, my mother-in-law got her box today with her It Works products, and it actually had a product catalog in it.
You know that Lauren just messaged me like probably an hour ago, and she said the same thing, and I was like, what?
I thought that was kind of cool. She's bringing it to me.
Yeah, I thought it was so crazy. Sorry, I didn't know what this was. I don't know what this is. Okay, sorry. Does anybody have any questions for real though? You guys are so quiet.
How, I guess I'm curious because everybody's a little different. How frequently do you enjoy posting? Like It Works, life, business, products. I've been kind of playing around with the difference of posting about one product for like a full month versus like 4 products in a month and seeing if there's any difference of whether that changes. I'm just trying to, I don't know. What do you think works out for you?
That's probably actually very accurate. I've been like, especially since the push group, I have not been posting as much as I should at all. But I will tell you that when I first joined this business, the only thing I literally posted about was the wraps and defining gel. Not even kidding you. Like the first probably 5 months, that's all I posted out. And guys, when I tell you, in my first 10 weeks, I got the car bonus, which is 60 loyal customers. And 47 of those people, I had no idea who they were. And they all ordered wraps. Every single one of them. And that's all I posted about. I was like, dude, I don't even know. You just need to get the wraps. They're just awesome. So that probably has a lot to do with it. That is a very good experiment. I would say that I am more of a business side poster. I mean, I post before and afters every once in a while. Toner probably lately. Energy drinks, wraps. But I would definitely say that I'm a huge business poster. And it's not, excuse me, I've got the daggum hiccups. I thought the water was helping, but it's not. It's not always like, you know, a picture of the good bonus or the go bonus or a picture of whatever, but it's just something simple like, you know, It Works picked up the grocery tab today, or, you know, maybe it's something about, you know, if I were to screenshot a picture of us on this Zoom, I could be like, love having my time with my It Works family. It doesn't necessarily have anything to say, you know, to do with, hey, you need to join my team. It's just putting it out there that I'm still doing this. And I think that's what the biggest mistake that people make is not being consistent in this business. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, there's like, I think I said this last night too on the Zoom, where we were talking about how if you're not consistent, people are waiting for that. People are waiting to see you fail. They're waiting to see you not post because they want to be able to say, I told you it didn't work. I told you she wasn't going to do anything with it. There's been times in this business where I went through the worst kind of things that you can imagine. Deaths in my family. My daughter was assaulted. Literally gut-wrenching, couldn't even breathe or get out of bed, but I still made sure that I posted. You know, and I think people definitely knew that I wasn't as bubbly as but I was still making sure that people knew, hey, this is my livelihood. And, you know, one of the things that I did post about when I was going through hard times is how my It Works family was actually the ones who were there for me the most. And people love that camaraderie. So, as far as the like rule of posting outside of whether it's products or business, I try to do a 3-3, and I've really sucked at that lately, especially trying to find this balance with the event center. And I'm trying to learn how to do daggum Instagram too, and that's just killing me. But I don't know why. But you know, having something like when you're getting up in the morning, taking your kids to school, mixing up your greens, and just having a picture. Maybe it's your greens sitting in the car console, and you're just like driving the kids to school, got my greens. That's it. Don't make everything obviously just before and afters. I'm sure you guys all know that, but that would be a really good experiment, I think, Linnea. I really do. If you were to like maybe do, you know, and you can even announce it too, like make it a really, really big deal on your page. Be like, guys, I'm going to try something new in the business. I'm super excited. And maybe that would be a way that you could get people engaged. Maybe do like a voting. I can't remember how you do that, but I know that there's like ways that you can do a poll, and you could do something like, I'm going to let you guys choose what product I talk about for 2 full weeks, and maybe get people to engage like on what they might want more information on, or product testimonies. And that's also something that you could do with other leaders and other people, distributors. Like, let's say, for example, you get a poll and somebody says, that, you know, let's say Fat Fighters wins, you could literally start messaging all of your team members, go through your customers, see who's been on loyal customers, and have those people give testimonies all throughout those 2 weeks. A month would probably be a long time, but I think like 2 weeks, that would give plenty of like personal testimonies and time for people to be able to be like, wow, like I feel really good about this product now. Like I absolutely love it. Because you can send people the product info sheet, you can show them a YouTube video, but until they feel like they've got enough information, it's literally just like any other purchase that you make. People always want to make sure that they're not going to have buyer's remorse, yet some people still, I mean, I'm one of them. I get buyer's remorse sometimes too. But that's one thing that kind of eliminates that. And that's one thing that they teach us in sales is that, you know, the more information you give somebody, in an incognito way, not when they're asking for it, it helps them eliminate that. And now, again, with that being said, I feel like I should say this just because, you know, there are people who will reply in messages and it literally be like, whoa, way too much information. If it's on your page and it's personal testimonies and stuff like that, they're going to get it as they see it. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot Linnea is going to be posting about defining gel for 2 weeks. I need to go check out her page and see what else she posted so that I can, you know, whatever. So it's a lot different than you sending somebody a private messaging and give them like a freaking like novel on what the defining gel does. That's a really good idea though. Bravo.
Yeah, I really like that. I think, yeah, I didn't even think about publicly because I feel like that's not that's not a bad thing to do. You're right. I think that's a really, really great idea. I mean, I did the Target Trio a while back, and I for a whole month like posted 100% about the Target Trio, and I literally got 12 customers for the Target Trio that month.
That's awesome.
And so I feel like that was really beneficial, and you know, really narrowing in on one product and doing varieties of it really helped me. So I think I'm going to do that again. But yeah, that was helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Somebody just got approved.
There's a spider on the floor. Sorry. Wait, what?
He just got it approved.
Who got it approved?
I don't know.
Somebody at work's just got this approved, guys. Look at this. This is pretty awesome, actually. Can you guys see that?
Triathlon suit.
Hold on. Is that hard to see? It's a triathlon suit, but it works. It says it works on the side, and it's got this symbol right there.
Wow, that's awesome. That's intense.
I know. I wonder who did that.
Brian Polson.
Brian Polson. I don't even know who that is. Maybe a wife of somebody. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I do.
Yes,
I kind of struggle because like in my town, it's a very, very small town, and like legit in like a 10-mile radius, there's like 6 distributors, including myself. So I get a lot of people on like my, you know, obviously we have mutual friends, and it's like all I hear about is, oh my God, every time I turn on my Facebook, it's the same thing from you guys. And it's like blowing up my Facebook because like everybody's selling it.
Right.
So then I kind of like, I try to like, sometimes I'll post a lot and then like I'll hear that. So then I'll kind of like, I'll feel bad.
I know.
I'm like, you know, so then I kind of struggle with, well, am I posting too much? Am I being annoying?
Well, I'll look at let me write down your name. I'll look at your page afterwards, and if you want, I'll give you some tips and tell you what I think. But what you want to know first and foremost is nobody pays your bills but you. So as long as you're not being salesy and stuff like that, like I said, I usually do that 3-3. Try to have 3 posts that are like whatever. Maybe what you're making for dinner, maybe what you're doing that day, maybe a funny meme, but then 3 other posts that are It Works related. But again, not necessarily just like you could have one before and after and then have one picture of you drinking your greens. And you don't even have to put, I've got my greens. If you have a bottle of water and it's not colored like water, somebody's going to be like, I wonder what that is. And again, let them ask you, don't let them ask you. That's okay, but it's still a seed that's been planted and you might not even know it. The other thing, when you said that you lived in a really small area, that's actually one of my favorite categories to talk about in this business with people. So, you know, obviously saturation is something huge that comes up, and, you know, being in small areas. Literally 98% of my business has been social media, hands down. Adding people from wherever. Again, out of my first 60, 47 people I didn't even know. So what you want to do is try to get those people built outside of your quote unquote small town, because that's where you're going to start having that word of mouth traveling, and people, friends of other friends of other friends. And how you want to think of that is, what if you sign, let's say you add a girl. I like to do by states a lot of times. So let's say, for example, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go with Wisconsin today. I'm going to click on Wisconsin on Facebook and maybe go to some pictures, and I'll just like scan through and I'll just start adding a couple people. If you add one person from Wisconsin and they add 20 people, isn't that crazy? Like, that's all in your generation. So it's kind of hard to like think big picture when you are in such a small area, because trust me, I get that. But I'll never forget when my sister-in-law joined, and she was, you know, she lives in an area that's literally, well, she did. I think she moved like maybe 9 months ago. I'm not sure. But you know, she lived in an area that was very, very small. Like, she had to drive down the road sometimes just to get service. I don't even know how far the nearest Walmart was away, but she went double diamond in 8 months. So, and again, a lot of hers was, you know, military. And so it was, you know, adding these people from this or from these certain groups. Think of, and I tell people there's a Walmart and a Dollar General on every corner in my town, but they all still make money. So it's what's going to make you stick out. You know, I've got probably, I bet there's at least 40 of my distributors in my area. And I still go to Walmart almost every single day. And I know I'm a crackhead for going to Walmart every day, but I love it. I just freaking love Walmart. But every day when I go there, I talk to people that have never heard of It Works. So that leads me to believe that either Walmart is seriously on a hiring spree, or I have a lot of team members that aren't saying crap when they go into these places. And hey, don't hate the play, or don't hate the player, hate the game, or I don't even know how it goes. Don't hate the game, hate the player, whatever freaking it is. But seriously, like, an open mouth is an open business. And so what you want to do is you want to make yourself stand out, so that it doesn't even, like, people are like, okay, let's say, for example, you said you had 7 distributors in your area. You want to make everybody come to Lori. Why are people going to come to Lori? Because Lori's fun, Lori's energetic, she's exciting, her posts are awesome. I'm telling you what, I get so many messages about my stupid Snapchats, it's not even funny. They'll be like, dude, you're seriously so crazy. I just go to your page because I'm like, I wonder if she did a Snapchat video today. Even if that's just what people are coming to your page for, hey, let it be, because then they're going to start being like, oh my gosh, do you know Lori Odell? Yeah, she's the one that does those crazy Snapchat videos. And like, that just starts getting yourself out there and your name out there. And then pretty soon people will be like, do you know Lori? Yeah, she's the Snap girl, the rap Snap girl. And, you know, then it just starts turning into like exactly what you want it to. But I'm going to look at your page so that I can kind of like give you some pointers. You might not even need pointers. Maybe you're a freaking posting rock star already and you just don't even know it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite there yet.
Thank
you though.
Good. Do you have any other questions?
No, that was pretty much it.
All right, perfect. What about you, Lindsay, Miss Quiet?
Will you comment something on my video I posted earlier today? I'm trying to like get it to. Oh,
all right. Well, if y'all don't have any other questions, then we will get. I'm going to put in there what we're going to be doing for tomorrow. But if you guys want, well, I guess I'll post that in there. I'll just have everybody shoot me their list of 10 people, that their gift list. I don't have to give them to anybody, excuse me, but I'm supposed to at least look at them. So hopefully you guys think that this was a little beneficial and you guys got some good tips. We'll probably touch base. I mean, obviously I'll put the thing, but we'll try to do something else maybe Friday or Saturday, so that, you know, throughout the week, if you guys have any questions or whatever, you can kind of make note. But still remember that you can send me, I had one girl today do screenshots with me, and I can't remember who it was. But utilize me for the screenshots, doing the role play, stuff like that, because last week so many of them found that super, super beneficial and were able to sign quite a few potentials. So even if you think somebody